Yeah, I hear you on the track.
To the top, there ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, own property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. Don't flash it for. I'm on my grind, not no more fashion show.
Hey everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us for our 1010 Live today on this Friday. I'm going to go ahead and bring the coaches up, and then everybody's going to introduce themselves.
Yo.
What up, Tom?
What's good, family? How y'all doing?
I'm well. What's up, Angelica?
Doing okay.
Look, I brought you here to keep it under control, and what I do, turn right back around and got it under control.
Look, I was across the room and I heard the music. I'm like, oh, AJ wants me to hurry up.
Right.
Let me get over here.
And look, then you already had it, but I wasn't sure if I just brought myself up, and I was like, wait, damn, she was ready. My bad.
I'm getting it though, and now I have more controls on my side, so I'll be able to help out with the moderation
For sure.
more.
Okay, so it did work good. Okay.
You
All
want
right,
me to? You want me to jump in and lead, or you want to wait for everybody else?
Let's cook.
All right, I got a good question to get this thing rolling. But first, since I forgot last week, AJ, can you introduce yourself, please?
I will. So I'm AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Business Network. Some like to call me the Clean and Business GOAT. I do not disagree with them at all. This is the best place to go if you want to get some cleaning advice, business advice in general. It is what it is. Thank y'all for being here.
And I am Tony Williams, CBN veteran, former cleaning business owner, still active in the industry, and I'm just here to help however I can.
Thank you, gentlemen. So I'm not going to go in too hard on my question, but I've been writing a couple things down to kind of lead and see how we can pick people's minds. So if anybody has any questions, please put them down in the chat so we can go ahead and address them. But first, I'm going to start off with this question. What do you think people are overcomplicating in business right now?
You want to start?
Activity, just doing the work. I think people overthink it. They try to get too many things in line, and they try to absorb way too much information instead of application. It's Juneteenth is very fitting as I say this.
Happy Juneteenth to everybody.
Because one of the things that I say a lot of times is, man, a lot of times, I feel like in the past, one of the things that held us as a people back a lot was lack of information. And how they always used to say, you want to hide something from one of us, put it in the book, and that was on purpose. But now we can't say that no more. It's not lack of information, it's lack of application. So now we got it reversed, where so many people, especially starting a business, they're getting all this information and they ain't doing nothing with it. So I just say the execution, they overcomplicate the execution. Like I've told my story 100 times. I started my cleaning business just simply off of execution. Like I watched AJ videos, and as I was going through the module, I would pause, do that, pause, do that, pause, do that. Like like he would say, hey, go to the Department of Revenue and do this. Boom, did it. Oh, that was easy. All right. Hey, start out with this. Boom, did it. Like, and so it was just not just sitting there being a consumer, like, man, taking some of that stuff and executing on it. So I feel like execution is something that people overcomplicate. Like, do what you can do and just do a lot of it, and then learn how to do more, then do some of that. Like,
literally. Literally, like that's probably what I would have said, but since I want to add something else, I gotta switch my answer now. But that's exactly what I would have said. I think it too, what your clarity, what you want. I think we overcomplicate what we want, and that's why we can't figure out what to do. And so it's like slow down and figure out what exactly it is that you want to do, because if you know that, you would just lock in on that. Like sometimes we let other outside voices get in our head, and that's why you overcomplicating it, because you asking this person, that person, what they think, and you also looking on the internet and trying to figure out what these other people think. They don't even know your whole situation. That's why I shout out the 1010 program, because we actually get to know your whole situation. We're going to coach you one-on-one. So go to 1010program.com if you want to join. But I'm still going to keep the main thing. Don't forget that. We're chilling today, but it is what it is. But that's why it's good to have an individual coach on your own versus being in group coaching. Group coaching is great, by the way. I'm never taking that away. Communities are great. But it's definitely good to have somebody that really know your whole situation, that can really help you get that clarity, because otherwise you will overcomplicate everything. You know what I mean? To be honest. So I think people overcomplicate what they actually want more than anything, and that's why they overcomplicate the actions.
I need to get some sound effects. That's going to be my mission this week, is to look up some sound effects.
Well, hold on. Let me find it. Here you go. I'm gonna give you this one. It's in the media assets. Go to media assets. Here we go. Bam.
Yes, exactly. That was good though. And you know what? Especially me being a female and being more emotionally driven, it's nice to be around like the male coaches, because you guys tell me when I'm tripping all the time, and you help me realign my perspective and focus on that clarity. All right, I'm going to start jumping into some of these comments. Aquaman says, "What's up, CBN?" Hey, Aquaman. Thanks for checking in.
What's up, Aquaman? Right. My bad. I was typing on Instagram. I'm on Instagram today.
Okay. Travis Bailey says, "Peace, fam. Happy Juneteenth."
Happy Juneteenth.
Okay.
Rise 2724 said, "Yes, sir. Happy Juneteenth."
Happy Juneteenth. Welcome in, everybody. We appreciate y'all tapping in.
Wichita Pro Cleaners, good afternoon, CBN coaches and family. Tony, well said, bro, because I'm that person. Peace.
My dog. Shout out to my guy right there. And he's also in the 1010 program.
That Billy?
That's Billy.
Billy, okay.
Shout out,
Billy McPherson, my guy.
KJIS Best said, "Happy Juneteenth."
I did that too the first time I read it.
Happy Juneteenth.
KJ is best. Billy. I think that's what that is.
Oh, I'm going to get it one day. All right. If we don't have any questions, I'm going to keep it rolling, and I'm going to ask you guys another question.
But
so you got
Instagram. As you getting it together, I just want to say, I got it on, and I'm gonna check it here and there. But as you getting it together, okay, somebody got something too. Happy Juneteenth, and I am enjoying my Juneteenth festivities today. So I told y'all we vibing today. Cheers.
All right, Rise 2724. 2 questions. What is the best way to get a gatekeeper when cold calling for commercial cleaning?
That's good. The best way to get past one, exactly what I tell y'all to say. Can I speak to the person in charge of hiring the cleaning company for you guys? Literally, just ask. Like, I told you, I don't even ask how you doing. None of that. The moment when they pick up, they typically gonna say their name. And then they also gonna be like, "How can I help you?" or something like that. And I'm gonna tell your ass how you can help me. Hey, Stacy, can you please tell me who's in charge of hiring a cleaning company for you guys? She gonna tell me. Then once she tell me, I'm gonna say, "Can I speak to her, please, or him, please?" Then if they busy, they busy. But at least I got the name now. So now when we call back, we pass it. We got that part out of the way.
I was just getting ready to ask you that. What if Stacey says he's busy right now?
I'm already on it. I done it a million times.
All right. And then the second part of that question, what is the most valuable asset the owner of a commercial cleaning business can have?
The most valuable
That's a good question.
Commercial cleaning business. I think Tone go.
The most valuable asset, guess as a coach, it would be wrong for me to say anything else, but the right mindset and the right vision. I feel like that's the most important thing you can have, because you can have people on your team, but if you don't have the right mindset to guide them in the right way, you can have all the right equipment, you can have all that stuff, but if your mindset is jacked up and you don't know where you're going and you're not able to lay the vision out plainly, then you kind of just gonna be running in circles, to be honest. I'm sure we've all seen that.
That was good. AJ, you got anything?
Okay, my bad. I started reading the other questions. Remind me again. I told you I'm turned today, so my bad. I'm not focused.
I got you. What is the most valuable asset the owner of a commercial cleaning business can have?
The most valuable asset of the commercial cleaning. What did Tony say? So I make sure I don't say it.
Mindset.
But big facts. Big facts. Outside of that, a lead generation system. I would say that first, because we all gonna fuck up and lose some contracts. Now you're gonna get better with that over time, but you gotta master get more customers. Just keep them coming. Keep them coming till we figure it out. So I would say lead generation system for sure.
Okay, AJ, how you say
it?
How do you?
KJ is best.
AJ is best.
I think. Yeah.
We think. How quickly should you return a proposal or quote after a walkthrough?
24 to 48.
As soon as you can.
Yeah. I would say, shoot, like if you're using the CRM, you can get that done by the end of the day. If you do a walkthrough at 9 o'clock in that morning, you should be able to get it to them by close of business. But definitely within 24 hours. For bigger ones, maybe 48 hours. Now, once you start getting into RFPs and stuff like that, they have actual deadlines that you have to meet and stuff like that. But if it's just you walked in the door, or you got to walk through from one of your cold callers or something like that, and it's one of those type of vibes, 24 to 48 hours, because speed wins. Like, we sell a lot of times on emotion. So, that person was pissed off when they called you, or, you caught them at the right time, which is what helped them to book that appointment, and being able to catch them in that emotional state or whatever can be helpful, because you don't want to give that, if they have a company already, you don't want to give them time to fix whatever they're doing wrong. So I want to get that to them as quickly as possible, so that they can go ahead and say yes to me and deuces to the other people.
And if you got the app on your phone, you can even do that stuff in the car if you're really trying to get it over there quick.
CBN app. You got that quick proposal, hit that button, send it right over in a minute, especially for them small ones.
Yeah, like I love those quick proposals for, especially if they want something special, like a special service, like quick, like carpet cleaning quote, something like that. And like, I can have that to you before I even leave the parking lot. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it works. Work it.
At Favor Clean. Good afternoon, sirs. I have a question. Is there a specific contract to give to for them to sign? Okay, hold on. Let me read this part. Read it out loud. Because AJ, the only thing I'm seeing is a proposal contract only. All right, let me see if she clarified that anywhere.
Oh, I think I know what you mean.
Apart from the proposal contract.
No, so the contract.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The
AJ.
contract is the last page of the proposal. So that's it. That's all you need. So it's all right. So let's be clear. Since we want to if we need to get technical, I'll get technical. So it's not really a contract, it's a service agreement, which is still it helps the holes in court. You know what I mean? But it can. It depends on. But anyway, I ain't gonna get too technical. But I will say this. So that's the last page of your proposal is your service agreement. So hopefully that answers your question. What you had, Tom? My bad.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say the same thing. Most of the time, the last page of the proposal is your That's the agreement. And most of the time, you know, people are going to sign that. Like, now, sometimes when you're dealing with some of the bigger companies, they want something like in addition, like to that. So sometimes they'll ask for what we call a CSA or contract service agreement. So after, you know, we send them the proposal and they accept the proposal, we'll send them a, you know, a CSA. Like, that's how we used to work. Like, you know, you send them over just something with the scope of work, how we getting paid and stuff like that, and boom, like, it don't have all the sales and all that stuff in it. It's just straight up, this is what we're agreeing to, and it's usually like 2, maybe 3 pages. Just, hey, this is what we're agreeing to. But for most contracts, for most people that you work with, that proposal that's right there in CBN is going to work for you, because, you know, it has all the same language in it. Hey, this is, you know, the clauses for us terminating the contract. This is the renewal clause. You know, this is the cure clause. Like, all that stuff is already right in there. He's already got that baked in. So, you know, that should do it, to be honest, for most contracts. And then, especially when you're dealing with construction, a lot of times they want you to sign their paper. So, you know, some contracts, they will not sign your contract. They will make you sign their contract. And it is very important that before you sign anybody else's paper, like, you read, have somebody else read, like, make sure that it's an alignment. Because I've had some, especially when I was heavy in post construction, I've had some give me their paper and it's like, nah, dude, we don't rock like that. And I would just send them back like a revised version of theirs, and we would just go back and forth until we agreed that, hey, this looks good, but it had to be under their header and all that stuff like that. Like, they were presenting you the contract instead of us presenting them the contract. But just make sure you're in alignment with how you do business before you sign somebody else's paper, though.
I'm glad you said that. Some people don't, like, so stubborn, and then you new in the industry and you think you bigger than the program. Sometimes you got to know, watch yourself. You know what I mean? Watch yourself. Like, yeah, good shit.
Aquaman says, how do you all award yourself after a win?
You go first, AJ. Hey, I'll go. Man, to keep it 100, man, that's something that, like, I struggled with for a long time. You know, with myself, like, you know, I just always would just keep running, keep going, you know, and not take that moment to enjoy or embrace that win. You know, of course we got those decompressing things that we would do, but I don't feel like that's a award thing, like, or whatever like that. Like, but my business partner was really good about that. He'd be like, hey, dude, like, pause. Like, cause we'd be like, hey, when we get to 100,000, then we're gonna do this. Like, and then we now we at 200, you know, 300, 500, you know, pushing $1 million, and we still ain't celebrated $100,000 win yet. And so my business partner was really good about, like, yo, like, you know, let's take the girls out for dinner. Like, you know, hey, and let's pay for it with the business. It's a business meeting, you know, like stuff like that, to be like, hey, this is what we're building and this is what it's producing and stuff like that. So he was always really good about getting me to pause, because I'm on to the next type person. Like, I don't really think about like that win. It's just like kind of like another check in the box and then on to the next one. Like, you know, so that's something that I had to work on. But, like, even now, like, I can't really think of any ways that I celebrate my wins. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm working on it, in short.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that I should probably, which AJ y'all want me to be right now?
Hey, the day out day, bro. Happy Juneteenth.
You said let it out. Listen. I tell you
anything
what,
that starts with listen from AJ is going to be
all right, I'm gonna say this shit real quick.
Well, let me see. Did I learn how to cut the mic on this side?
Right, make sure you hit my shit if I go left. But I'm about to say it now, so be quick. So, all right. I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna say it differently. Okay, I reward myself by celebrating in a wonderful way. So it could be with a party. It could be next question, bro. I ain't gonna do it.
Hey, I know AJ like to celebrate his wins with the family. So when he dropped these dates for the CBN conference, y'all
that's a good way to see it.
Up so my boy can celebrate.
This is true.
That's a good way to say it. Guys, whoever I'm with, you finna get some good stuff today. I tell you that. We're gonna celebrate this with some good sex. I tell you that. And then we also gonna have a wonderful party. And we also gonna next question, my bad.
All right. Rise2724 said, LOL, I feel it. One step closer each time, and the consistency will win out. Facts.
That is true.
I'm back.
All right, we already answered this one. That was the second part of her question. I'm going to mess this all up. Jamie?
Jamil
We're just going to go with Jamie.
Jamil Bose.
Jamil?
Boss.
Thank you, guys. Respect. All around everything. Happy Friday, y'all.
I'm so sorry. Like I'm so sorry. Can I say something real quick? No, it just made me think of something. And you're the only person of the lighter hue on this panel right now.
Happy Juneteenth.
Happy
Juneteenth.
But AJ, you know what she just reminded me of?
You remember
in class, like the whatchamacallit, like, you know, the kids, they would have like different names and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the white teachers would always act like it was so difficult to say that.
Listen.
It's just like, yo, look at the letters. Just sound it out real quick.
I'm not gonna say
Angelica.
Mine been tore up and it's spelled funny.
But that just made me think of that. Like,
that's funny.
Maybe that'll be my weakness on here is the
we all good.
People's names. Aquaman says, hey, all around. KJ is best. That's correct. KJ is best. Thank you. Y'all got to help me out a little bit here.
Right. We got you.
Hey, from now on, when you comment where you from, put the phonetic spelling of your name.
Are you about to get her now? Look, tone on your ass.
I'd be so tired of him.
All right, it's one of those days. Fuck it.
We need those days, though. Seriously, It's life been life in all of us, you know.
Yep, I'm free to these kids get hit at 6, so it is what it is today. I don't even care.
All right, what revenue mark should we start hiring inspectors? Is that the first hire above cleaners? That's from IG.
What revenue mark should we start hiring inspectors? Immediately. I don't think it's a revenue mark. So in the starter course, I show you at the very end of the whole course is an old ass video I got in there, but it still works to this day. That's why I left it. It's called The System. And I showed you how I was able to basically systemize my business before I knew about CRMs and all of this new shit that we got, that we can do it way better now. But I was able to put systems in place to where I didn't have to work. And then in that video, I showed you how I was able to afford an inspector. Now, and I showed you my numbers and everything, real live numbers. Now, just remember, I'm old as hell. And the numbers I was talking about then don't apply today. but you just sub those numbers out what I was paying them and just put it in today's time and you can do it. So, but yeah, you just pay them a particular set amount for every inspection that they do and you're good to go. If you're in Clean Biz Network, go watch that video at the end of the starter course.
Tony, you got anything to add to that one?
Nope.
KJ is best says, how do you determine the best rate to charge? The minimum wage in my area is $15 an hour, but I think my competitors are charging a $50 rate minimum.
Where you live?
My first thought was
Beverly Hills cleaner.
To specify, yeah.
I'll say this. So I'll say a lot of times we make generalizations based off of one or two experiences, and that's what it sounds like is happening right now. Mm-hmm. That's not. I don't see that. I would like to believe you, but I can't. I met people all across the country. I don't know nobody charging on $50 an hour for commercial cleaning yet. Now the rate always goes up over time, but I haven't seen it at 50 yet. Maybe in the middle of LA, maybe in the middle of New York, but I don't see that.
They're saying $50 minimum
for sure. Yeah, I don't see it. Not per hour. He said do what? Let me read that again.
He said minimum $50 an hour. Minimum.
Yeah, but
in my area, 15. Yeah, if your minimum wage is 15, it's no way that they charging 50.
Not minimum. Like there may be some companies, because shoot, AJ, I know you done had them. Angelica, I know you done had them. I done had some accounts that we was able to get away with charging $50, $60 an hour, but most of the time that was like maybe a 2-hour a week clean. Like you know what I'm saying?
A week.
In order to be able to get a week, yep. So that, hey, I need to get this to 120, 150, per visit. So now I'm charging, $60 an hour or something like that. And it's reasonable and it makes sense. And the customer is not feeling hosed and we're not, we're not cheating them or nothing like that. But just like on a regular, if you was doing, let's say 15 hours a week, like I don't see, and I know I'm not saying that it's not possible, but I don't really see too many established companies that know what's going on that's getting other bids paying $50 an hour really anywhere, like that I'm familiar with. Because even in some of those other areas, hey, $45 and stuff like that, but a $50 minimum is I just looked online. Oh no, definitely not. I seen that. He said Tampa, Florida. Like, absolutely not, bro. I'm in Lakeland, so Tampa, absolutely not. They're not paying $50 minimum.
Hey, look, and I just saw something too. That's why I keep telling y'all chat don't know more than me yet. Chat just pulling shit from the internet, and the internet don't know shit either. You got to talk to people that really done this shit before. That's why you need to be in Clean Biz Network. No promotional shit. I'm just being honest with you. This is exactly why you got to fuck with people that really know what the fuck they talking about that actually did it. Chat be wrong as a motherfucker. I be correcting that shit all the time. AI don't know. My bad, sorry. But yeah, 1010program.com.
And can we stay there for a little bit? Like, because I see got some more questions coming in from KJ. So one of the things, man, and like we don't have time to break down the exact how, but like AJ has enough videos and resources and stuff like that, to help with that. But at the $15 an hour, man, you really just look at what you want your profit margins to be. I think sometimes we focus so much on the rate that we forget that this is a margins game. And, you focus on trying to get it at a particular dollar amount and you end up charging too much and losing accounts because now you say, hey, I want a 20%, 30% margin, but, your dollar rate got you at a 45% margin and you trying to figure out why you can't close nothing. Like, look at your margins. Like, at that 15%, at $15 an hour, you might be cool with, $32 an hour. You might be cool with $28 an hour. You might be cool with $25 an hour. You know what I'm saying? But that comes with knowing your business, knowing what your overhead is going to be, knowing what you're spending money on. Hey, I can go lower in the account if I don't have to worry about supplies. If they taking care of their own consumables and stuff like that, I might be able to swing $25 an hour and still be straight. Like, you know, we was in 1010 breaking down something with a client the other day, and she was going to be profitable at like $24 an hour. You know, that's not lowballing. Like, you know, that hit her at her number, you know, but it's a matter of, you know, understanding how we get there and understanding your business and understanding, you know, why these numbers matter and why they mean so much. Because then if you submitting a whole bunch of bids, I had someone at BSCAI tell me, some of the OGs, I was telling them some prices that I was throwing out there and stuff like that. And they was like, well, you must got a mouthpiece on you, because only a fool gonna pay them prices. And I'm like, what? Like, you know, I thought this was what I needed. And they was giving me their prices. Dude, I'm legit like triple and quadruple like some of these prices. And this was on like floor care and specialty work. I'm charging like $1.75, almost $2 for work that my competitors were realistically charging like 50 cents for. And I'm like, whoa. And I was able to close. Like, I was still able to close business, but I also lost a lot because I was getting opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And I just figured that, hey, that's just the name of the game. And so I was like getting paid sweet for the ones that I was closing, but I was also missing out on some good opportunities because I wasn't providing a market fair price. Like, I just provided what I thought would be a good number, what I felt would be a good number. So just know your business.
That's why I was so
know your
glad
numbers.
I let you in. Like, that's why I was so glad I let Tony in. Like, I had to let Sherman in after a while because of certain things he did. And then I was like, damn. Because when you said that one thing, we did that in-person training last time we was in Jacksonville. And when you said that, I knew. I said, you know what? You're right. Because I knew it. But I was like, I be coddling people. And it's like, nah, all the OGs in the game, we all know. Let me put it a particular way. The margins is the margins and the numbers is the numbers. And you gotta accept what it is. And people be coming in here again, keep trying to get rich off one contract. I always say that. And it's like, nah, stop looking at but this all this building. Oh, look how much money they making in with. Listen, get your 30%. Period. And if it's a smaller one, you can get up to 50. Somewhere around there. I got lucky and got 60% one time. But for the most part, get your 30% and get on out of there. Like, keep it moving, bro. Know your numbers and stop trying to think you're gonna get rich off of one of them contract.
Hey, like one of the things that I always did was, like, me and my partner, we had a range of where we wanted to be and then where we couldn't go no lower than this. So our first number that we sent was always, I'm sending the number that we want, you know. But we also always sent that knowing that we can't go no lower than this. Like, you know, and one thing I've learned, like, one thing I've learned recently is one of my mentors told me, he said, Tony, when we're in contract negotiations, you never want to negotiate against yourself. Like, never ever let, like, you know, no, when they say, hey, this is too high, don't ever just send them back a number. Like, talk to them, you know, okay, so what makes this more comfortable? What makes this more doable? So that way you're not just sending them stuff, because you might be a couple dollars off, you know, then you might be a couple $100 off, you know. But if you just like kind of negotiating with yourself, like, you have no, you know, you don't really know, like, you know, how this is going to go. But if they tell you, hey, we're looking for this much a month right now, we're currently paying $5,000 a month and we're comfortable with that, your proposal was 5,200, bet, like, we'll just meet the $5,000, like $200, we'll figure that out. You know what I'm saying? We'll make that up. But if they say, no, that's way too high, you might be thinking that you way out of the ballpark and you done sent them back 4,200 and now you done lost $800. Like, have that conversation.
That reminds me of the deal I helped Billy close. Shout out to Billy in 1010 program. Closed that $5,400 a month contract. And it was a subcontract opportunity. He was under a prime, which a lot of times when you get those huge ones like that, it's typically going to be a big prime in place because they got those networks that you don't have yet. But I was able to show him, I can't remember the numbers, but I got a video on it on here. But when he saw the hourly amount He was like, oh, that's employee numbers. I can't do that. That's only, I think it was like 25 an hour or something like that. And I was like, well, hold on. Let's break it down. And we was able to see, just like Tony said earlier, you can tell somebody, you can go 23 an hour on it. And depending on what you pay your people, it might be some margin in there where you still can make some money. So you just got to know your numbers. Again, module 4, the Cleaning Business Starter course, if you're in CBN.
And I just want to add something onto that real quick before we move to the next question. That answer has so many different moving parts to it that's why you need to have like a coaching program to be in with a coach, because there's no like straight cut. There's so many pieces to that. And it took me a long time to figure that out. You think that you're going to be able to do a little research and like, okay, this is what they charge, so I can charge that. That's just one of the many pieces. So 10-10, y'all, 10-10.
Right.
All right, Rise 2724. What are some of the areas that commercial cleaners get complaints about the most?
I go first, and some more dinosaur-y in this area. Y'all been outside more recent, but for me back in the day, it was dusting. So I specialize in offices, so that make a difference too, which niche you're talking about. But it was always dusting. People won't get behind those computer monitors. Back in the day, they had computer towers. I'm not sure if they still got those, but the computer tower to the, and then the corners, high corners with the cobwebs and all that, over the entranceway when you walk in, little stuff like that. People won't wipe the glass down on the entry door. It'd be the most basic stuff. And then obviously your regular routine stuff, bathrooms, kitchen floors, that type of stuff.
Tony, you got anything?
The biggest thing that I get, and one of the things we sold our business off of, is communication and consistency. So that would be the biggest thing. I always judge it off of walkthroughs. So like and as far as my as far as in my personal experience, I would have to say it would be probably Dustin, as far as like a tangible complaint. But most of the time, the things that you get the most is consistency. Like, shoot, I even deal with it regularly. Hey, cleaners do awesome one week, then the next week they trying to hurry up and get out, and it's not as on point as it was last week. That kind of stuff. If you want to get under my skin, like, just be inconsistent. So.
AJ, you pushing buttons.
My bad. I just wanted to highlight that as we go on and then get back to it. I'm out the way. Go back and go back in order.
Like, did I do that?
Yeah. Nope. Just keep cooking.
Okay. At Favorite Clean says, AJ, you said if we join CBN, we will have a discount for buying the leads, but I didn't see any discount. Is the price still $250?
Right. So I answered her in the chat. Go to module 3. So I purposely do certain things where I answer a lot of y'all questions in the course. I'm trying to force y'all to go through the modules because a lot of people want to skip it. And then y'all got to understand, I've been repeating the same shit for a million years. So I like to have it all in one central place, and you can just go there and find it. Now, I'm still going to go live often. We're still going to have monthly calls and all of that, and I'm going to keep answering no matter what. But if you ever want to just know your answer now, typically, if you go through the course, it's probably going to be there. So, but yeah, module 3 of the course, the discount code is there, and I can't say it on here because everybody ain't in CBN. So there's that. But if you email support, they'll tell you, or you just inbox us, go to cleanbusinessnetwork.app. There's a chat bot right there. Ask, and I'll get you before 3-ish because they about to get off soon.
And they're very helpful on there, you guys. They got back to me so fast when I needed something earlier this week.
Shout out to the team.
Shout out to the team. I'm not even trying it. Kalani?
Right. Shout out to Kalani in this bit. What is it? Candy Dior. Come on now.
Stop it.
Oh,
you know what?
I was even looking. That's crazy. AJ, from now on, when it pops up, you just say the name, and then
I'm just gonna say it.
you can read the comment.
That's what we gonna have to get a system going.
There we go. We got this teamwork. 80% of my revenue is from leads as a subcontractor, and 20% is from Google. Is this bad for business? I have a team of 6 subs.
80% of my revenue is from leads as a subcontractor. 80%. So basically, you're saying 80% of the business that you get, you subbing for somebody else. Yes, to me. But it also depends. Because, all right, let me say why yes first. Yes, because you don't want 80% of none of your business come from anywhere. It's not just about subcontracting. It's just you don't want to be too dependent on anything. So that's why I say yes. But then at the very same time, I'm like, it depends, because again, if the margins are there, they're there. And as long as you're doing good work and y'all got good relationships, you're kind of good. You know what I mean? So it's kind of touchy. I think that's too general for me to answer correctly, but hopefully you got something from what I just said. What you got, Tone?
My thing is, if it's working, work it. Like, you know, keep those relationships solid. Like, are they saying, say, is leads from as a subcontractor? So is this meaning that you are the sub in 80% with 80% of your revenue? If that's the case, like, some people have 100%. I have subs right now that work with me that we provide 100% of their revenue. Like, they just don't care to go secure their own business. We treat them well. They do good work, and like, they'll probably be, you know, subs forever. Like, but if your goal is to grow, like, you know, how do you grow that? Start swinging that scale a little bit. Like, if your goal is to grow and have your own contracts, have it on your own paper and your own name and all that stuff, how do you continue to add opportunities? One way is very easy. You join CBN and, you know, get your leads from there. Like, you know, joining 1010 program where we show you how to get your own leads, like all that stuff. The automations program, even, where, you know, you learn how to get your leads and then automate the process so you don't miss anything if stuff is coming in. So CBN has plenty of ways to help you start sliding that scale from 80 to 20 to 70 to 30, then 60 to 40. Then now you only doing 50% of your business is only coming from subcontractors and stuff like that. The thing that I would be careful about is to make sure that 80% ain't all with one sub. Like, because, like, you know, they could lose their contracts and then you out of work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like how they tell you, you don't want no one customer. And as a sub, like, I always like to look at it like this: as a sub, the problem is your customer. Ultimately, like, it's a partnership, but ultimately they're your customer, because you're delivering the service on their behalf, like, for them, pretty much. So, like, you don't really want to have anybody, you know, any one customer or client, or however you look at it, to carry more than like 30% of your revenue, because you lose them, then you hurt. And losing 30% or more of your business is like that changes your business. So
yep. And I will say this too, something else to consider is, what's your long-term goals? Because that could be a red flag if you're looking to sell at some point. A lot of buyers might be afraid of that, because now it's like, do you own your business, or do they own your business? Because everything you're getting coming from them. The moment we lose them, is dead. Like, what if you go to try to sell your business, and then the person who's trying to buy your business, like, well, what if they decide they don't want to deal with you no more, deal with this company no more, because you're not here? You know what I mean? So that's you got to think long term. Just think long term and figure out, what are my goals here? You know, if your goals are just cash flow and you got a long term play outside of your cleaning business, then maybe it's okay. But if your long term play is the business, you going on like how I move. I mean, if everything you got riding is on your business and you betting on you, I will probably not do that. I will probably start getting that product mix a little bit diversified.
AJ?
Yeah, I got you. My bad. So shout Shout out to George. I'm just gonna say George because this one kind of got me too. George B Goals or something like that. But shout out to George from IG. So, and then you want to get it from here.
What is the biggest constraint? What is the biggest constraint usually from 15K to get to the 30K, the 50K mark? Tony would answer that one good.
Yeah, I think one of the things Darrell actually hit on this last week when we were on, and it's your systems, your foundation, to make sure that you are foundationally ready to handle that jump. Like you have things in place, you got your SOPs in place, you got you know you got what's important to you and your team. All that stuff is already in place. When you get to that 10K mark, that 10K 15K mark, you should already be starting to establish that foundation pretty solid, because if you close a big contract and not ready, then that extra 20K can break your business. Like I was that was my testimony. Like, we closed an account that started out at like $3,000 and it blew up to like just under 50 grand. And it was a lot of learning that took place within that account. Like, because that we went from, not having hours, was more administrative stuff. Like, because as far as the team, I've been running teams like since I was 15 years old. So that part in delivering the work was easy. But the part of, dang, we shouldn't have, said that we was gonna pay for these supplies when, we can't handle paying for these supplies. Like, we renting all this equipment. Like, we didn't even know that, like, some other companies, do it differently. Like, it was just things that we didn't know that we had to learn along the way, and it was expensive. It was an expensive lesson. Like, thankfully, again, like, and I always shout out my business partner, because, like, why we work so well is because we both think very differently, like, on things. So, me, I'm focused on getting the work done, but I have my partner like looking at, okay, how we make these numbers work, like how we actually get some money out of this, like, how can we do this? So he was like, hey bro, spending freeze, you don't spend no more money on this account, like run everything we got down, then we're gonna switch over to doing it this way, and just like making those adjustments and stuff like that. So just looking at things like that, and contingency plans if things go wrong, like, all that kind of stuff, having that in place, making sure your SDS, like, all these things they seem small right now, but when you start getting bigger and start growing, you don't want to be trying to figure that stuff out, and now you got all these different accounts, or you got a huge account or something like that needs these things from you, and now you're trying to figure it out in the middle of the tornado. Like, start working on that stuff now. Like, one of the things that I wish I would have done, like I said, I wish I would have planned my life before I started my business, to see what I wanted my life to look like, and then work my business into that instead of the other way around. And then I wish I would have built my business to sell from the beginning. Like, so, we eventually did end up selling our business. But like, one of the things that I feel like helps a lot is to educate yourself in, okay, how does this business look if I want to sell it? Like, what systems need to be in place? How involved do I need to be? What kind of structure does my team need to have? Like, all that stuff like that. And if you can go in reverse from the day that you sell to where you're at right now, then you can start fixing some of those things up front, maybe a little sooner. Seek out mentorship, seek out, programs like 1010, reach out to man, some even, like, I know it sounds silly, but even in some of these Facebook groups, man, you'll find some giants in there that will no joke give you some crazy game on how to fix it. Because some people are just in the legacy phase where you ask a question and all they want to do is just share, man. They just want to just dump. They don't care about getting anything from it. Not everybody's a coach. Some people just they're just good mentors, and not even just cleaning business. Like, sometimes, finding just a good sound business mentor, somebody that in your community. Like, one of the things that I'm heavy on, I've been on the road crazy these past 3 weeks, like, and been on it. Like, but I've been really leaning into my COIs, which is my centers of influence. Like, people that like I know around that I know have influence in the community. They've had influence on my life, and just go grab coffee with somebody.
Yeah.
Like, see what they know and who they know. Like, man, those things, man, they sometimes those are better than, you know, cold calling, because they'll give you a list of 10 people that they done already text real quick. Hey, my boy Tony gonna call you.
Yep.
Like, so, but yeah, like I would just really start looking at the structure and the systems and the foundation that you have in your business right now where you're at.
You said so much in that one. Good God.
My bad.
That was so good. No, don't apologize. This is great shit right there. And so what you said is, number one, shout out Randy Martin, because he was one of those ones in the Facebook group.
Big dog.
Helped me a lot. And he want nothing from me. And he gave me free game. I mean, good stuff. And if it weren't for him, I'm not sure if I would have figured out how to do the lead generation service. It really catapulted my business in the first place. So shout out to Randy Martin. Silent goat that won't even let me. He won't come on here. He won't come on.
Hey, I gotta give my boy his flowers, man. Randy is probably one of the most solid people in this industry, bro.
Yeah.
Like, straight from the first time that I reached out to him, I seen him because in one of the Facebook groups he used to doggone he used to comment all the time, and I'm like, yo, this dude like comment. You see some people that comment all the time and be like, but Randy, he like comment stuff, and I'm like, okay. And then I met him, and I didn't know he was who he was.
Yeah.
And cause he, you know, you can't miss him. He like 6'9", like
he tall
he's huge. Like, and he's just a solid, fun dude, man. Like, very fun to be around. Like,
my bad. Hey, look, as you say that too, I'm thinking about they can email me too. They want us to come back. We'll see.
No, but you know, even when he comes down this way, man, he'll still like shoot me a text when he down in like Clearwater or something like that, and like want to connect. Can't always connect, but definitely got to say shout out to Randy Martin, man. Probably one of the most solid people in our industry for sure.
All right, I'm gonna get a couple more of these questions. I'm done with him. I knew what he was on as soon as I got up this morning. Like, AJ's having a fun day today. I think this went along with the other question that I think he already answered that.
How you negotiate when they reject the first response?
You want me to go back to that?
I think they talked about that. He talked about that at the beginning. Yeah.
Oh, I took it off. Sorry. Rise2724. I remember you saying restaurants are the hardest places to clean. What are the most simple and easy commercial spaces to clean, and why?
I'm not gonna say they're the hardest spaces to clean. They're just they're the spaces people don't want to clean the most. You know, because you can find a system that make it sweet for you. You know, there are companies that eat heavy off of cleaning restaurants. Most people don't want to clean them. They're not just a wipe down and, you know, throw some trash out type vibe. You know, so it's a little more physically taxing. But once you get into a system, it's gravy. Like, a lot of times they have really good margins in restaurants. And then the frequency, because most restaurants you gotta clean 7 days a week, you know, and then a lot of times, depending on what kind of restaurant it is, there's multiples, you know. So if you get one, look at Sean Richards, like when he had the Applebee's, you know, you do well in a couple of them, they're gonna give you some more, and then they're gonna give you some more, and then they're gonna give you some more, and people have built their businesses off of cleaning restaurants. So I wouldn't say they're the hardest, but the most simple places to clean, I would go to AJ route and say a small office with primarily carpet, probably 90%, you know, 80 to 90% carpet within that business. Low paper, a lot of computers. So if they have like if they use a lot of paper, so like a law office could be easy, you know, depending on if they're old school or new school. Because if they're using a lot of paper and printing a lot of stuff, you're gonna get a lot of dust, so you're gonna have to dust a lot. So like I would say like a small office with a lot of carpet that doesn't use a lot of paper.
I think we met somebody in Vegas at the CBN conference, and he has his whole business is based off of doing restaurants. And I remember thinking like, man, I asked him like, you only do restaurants? All that grease is so thick.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I love them. Who is that? I can't. Do you guys know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't remember.
I can't put his name to it, but that's what he does, and he did really well at it too. So you definitely can make some money out there with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Remind me to text y'all too, because Ricky got an interview out there. It's not within the industry. It's a random interview. He was on some random person podcast that stopped podcasting, but he was telling how like the makeup of his business was mostly restaurants, and I forgot the other thing. But
when I first started, man, we did restaurants and entertainment heavy. Like my first like big account, like, you know, where we thought, you know, was a bowling alley. 365, like a legitimate 365. Like, you know, they were open every single day of the year, like holidays, everything. Like, you know, they were open every day, like they never closed. You know, we did a couple of ale houses, you know, had a couple other small restaurants and stuff like that. The big thing that I didn't care for with restaurants was like, you know, people just don't want to do it all the time, you know. So a lot of times I would be out there doing it myself, and, you know, I'm gonna just get to it and knock it on out. Like, you know, hey, they was paying their invoice on time every month, so I'm gonna be in there cleaning. But you would get a lot of call outs. And that was before I had subcontractors the way I do now. So it was a little bit different. But like I said, like people just don't want to do them. They're not hard. Like once you get into a groove, man, like, you know, you already know, like at this restaurant behind the line, they just kick stuff under. So before I walk in, I already know like what this gonna look like. You know what I'm saying? But another thing to watch out about restaurants is I eat at home most of the time, so I don't worry about it. But if you're the type of person to eat out, do not clean that somewhere where you like to go.
Literally, bro. You can't help but to know every time. Like I'll be looking up, I'm like, this shit is not right.
Yeah.
Because you know too, and this actually go back to I saw Lynn say this down. Shout out to Lynn, by the way, long-term CBN member. But he was saying restaurants are easy. Low-key facts, but the reason why it depends on which one you get, because a lot of times all they want is floors and bathrooms. A lot of times you get the front of the house only, that's all they want. And then hell, even if you get the back of the house, if they just want the floors back there, if you got the right equipment is the key. Because you can pressure wash them things, be done in like no time. And then if you got the front of the house, you got an auto scrubber, and you can or like a buffer in there, and you just run it like that versus a whole manual mop. Like you can knock that out in no time. Knock out that floor, knock out them bathrooms, and you good to go. Then a lot of times, if you get one, if it's a chain restaurant, you probably got 3, 4. You know what I mean? That's gonna come in if you good in that one. So restaurants are slept on. I was just intimidated by them because I'm picky, right? I'm pretty. I don't want to get dirty. That's what it is. I ain't want to get dirty. But you know what? It's not that bad, actually.
Man, my first restaurant, I underbid it so bad. It was bad. It was bad. You gotta know a little something, or you learn through pain like that, and you know you got to get the right kind of chemicals in there to cut through some of that stuff.
Right. What else we got?
Here go Wade. I muted you. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I say I was sitting there, forgot I had my camera off.
Oh, okay.
I had shut the mic off. just in case. What's up, Wade? Shout out to Wade.
Hey, Wade. Hey, I go.
My God, shout out to Wade. Wishing I ain't doing enough.
Man, we need to go ahead and have that family reunion soon, AJ.
I was just thinking about Wade earlier today. I'm like, man, I feel like I ain't seen him in forever.
Y'all don't let me go past Monday without reaching out to this lady. And it's crazy. Like I said, it's crazy because the Vegas people email me back. I would love to do Vegas again. I ain't gonna lie, Vegas was the best one. That was the best one to me. What y'all think?
We had a time.
We had a good time.
We had a time.
That was the best.
And we had a lot of people came out. I think we had a good turnout.
That was the biggest one.
Last year hit people a lot. Like a lot of people I had reached out to that wasn't there. They had like big life things happen that they couldn't be there for. And also I think Vegas drew a lot more people in because it's Vegas.
Right.
And we were on some learning stuff the whole time. Then at the end, we
I bought some big dog there too. I think they made a difference.
Some what?
I bought some like big people there that wasn't even in our industry too, but they no man, they were respected.
Mm-hmm.
And we had really good food. I liked that part. Y'all know I like to eat. I like
that
part.
Better. You're right. The food was definitely better.
Bag CEO says, "What's up, AJ and CBN fam?"
Oh, you know that one.
Hey, I was just waiting for her to say something different. I was like, don't mess it up.
Can't mess that one up.
I'm trying to get to the bigger questions in here.
Okay.
Go on, AJ. You just jump on in.
Did I do it? Oh, bad.
Nope.
My bad.
You got names. I got the question.
Oh, bad. Lisa Geddon. Shout out to Lisa Geddon, CBN member as well. Shout out to you. Appreciate you checking in.
I noticed that if you have too many subcontracting leads, the company you sub with will treat you like an employee and not a business owner.
Facts. That was one of the biggest reasons why I had to get out from under them franchises too, because franchise and subcontract is pretty much one and the same. And 1,000%. If you got into the business to be free, be your own boss, all that type of stuff, probably don't want to be up under people too long because of that right there for sure.
AJ, read these people's name.
Oh, my bad. Shout out to Land. That's Landry Dixon right there. My guy.
I would recommend looking into preschools. That is where you can sell yourself more. So my greatest niche is when dealing with preschools. Okay.
Preschools are very easy to get. I'm not sure how easy they are to keep, but shout out to you. What you got, Tony? Like you had some shit on that one.
Nah, everybody got their thing. Like I don't. Me personally, like we did 2 of them, and not my vibe. And maybe I was just with the wrong ones, but a lot of people that I know stay away from them. And like my thing is the riches and the niches, like for sure. Like so, if that's something that you have found your groove with, and it works well, and you got a good rhythm down, and you like them, man, run it up, go get them all. Like you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that aren't going to want to do them. Same thing with barbershops and salons. There are a lot of people that aren't going to want to do them. Like same things with restaurants. Like there are a lot of people that aren't going to want to do them. So like if those things that everybody else like doesn't like to do is something that you don't really have a problem doing, like in my idea and my mind, go get those. Like you know what I'm saying? Focus like a lot of your marketing efforts towards those, because there's not going to be a lot of other people competing with you there. And then the more you do, the better you get at it, the better your system gets. Like the better your language gets when you're speaking to the customer. Because my language from my first car dealership to my 10th car dealership is very different, because now I know exactly what to speak to for them. I know exactly what to say when I'm talking to them. So but I keep seeing that they dropping stuff. Man, all business, everybody need work somewhere. So you know what I'm saying. You find which ones that are going to work out for you, and what your team can execute on and what you feel comfortable doing, you know, and run with it.
You saw on my face. You knew exactly what I just saw.
You just just put it in the mail, bro. Just put it in the mail. Just put it in the mail.
Yo, that's crazy, bro. Man. Oh my God, my bad, y'all. Yeah, I wish I could let y'all on that one. I can't let y'all in on that one. that was crazy. Okay.
At Bag CEO says, "What's the fastest way to land a commercial contract? I'm looking to join the CBM family."
Fastest way. I would say subbing, if I'm honest. Find somebody that already got it and get up under them real quick. The fastest way. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, cause shit, everybody get their first contract different. I don't know. Sometimes shit, I might say Clean Biz Network leads, because you can literally buy one. It just is luck though. You know what I mean? Because you could buy one and literally get the contract tomorrow. I've seen that happen plenty of times. But then also, you know what I mean, seen it other ways. I think, you know what I mean, it just depends. I don't really know.
I think door to door is good too. Just put yourself out there and introduce yourself.
I gotta say, in my experience, center of influence, know somebody that knows somebody. In my opinion, that's the fastest way to get one. Especially if your face good. Like, you ain't no shady person, you ain't done pissed a whole bunch of people off. Like, if your face good, like, talk to the people you already know, people you go to church with, people to go to school with your kids, the person who birthday party you showed up, to, that you didn't really rock with like that, but you showed up anyways. Like, the doggone talking to other parents if you got kids, like talking to other parents when they have kid events, like sporting events and stuff like that. It's not weird. Like, just do it. Like let people know what you do. Like, this is what I do. This is how I'm able to show up at all these events, because I do A, B, and C. Like, most events that I go to, like, I have all girls. Like, almost all events, I'm the only dad that's there for everything. So mostly everybody knows what I do, because I don't mind telling them. And so being able to grab a coffee or show up to the school with donuts or whatever like that, man, so many relationships, and you get opportunities. I went on a walkthrough today just based off of opportunity from somebody that I know, like somebody that reached out to, like, earlier in the week, just got a contact for a facilities manager from that meeting at a large, like, warehouse, really large. It's one of those contracts that could easily be 50, 60K a month. And it's just like talking to people. But early on, man, like, most of my contracts in the beginning, they came from just center of influence, word of mouth. Like, but then you definitely still want to be hitting everything from every angle, because you're going to run out of people that unless you're actively growing your network. So, as you meet new people, save their information, keep those relationships growing. But I feel like it's easiest to get a contract with people that people. I'm not talking about your cousin or your homeboy or something like that. Like, because they're gonna be the last people.
Unless you was born in one of them type of families, but you probably won't.
Yeah. Like, unless you was born in one of those families. But I'm talking about, man, people that you done cross paths with, and y'all done had good impressions or something like that on each other and stuff like that. Maybe an old job that you had that you left on good terms, or and stuff like that. Like a lot of times, man, those people they'll give you an opportunity. So for me, that would be the fast the fastest way to a close. Like, because we talking about actually getting the contract, like not just not just getting a walkthrough. Like we talking about actually getting the contract. I think the fastest way from door to close would be somebody that already done teed it up for you. Like one of those centers of influence, somebody that knows you already, that can put in a good word for you before you even meet with that person the first time. So they already like, I'll give this person a chance just because such and such.
Yep.
So that's the fastest way from intro to close that I've experienced.
You gave me that advice when I moved, and that was like real helpful. And what I did was I went and I got merch for me and the kids. So we just had the brand on, and people would see me with my kids out, and you just meet people in passing. But I agree with that, definitely. All right, y'all, we want to shoot for 3:00 to stop. I can get to a couple more questions.
I'm cool. I told you, you kick me off when you ready. I'm chilling today. I ain't going nowhere.
I ain't got my 2:30, so that's all I was gonna have after this. But no mas.
Right. Let's get it.
So I'm good. Like we just, hey, what we want, man. If y'all really rocking with us, y'all want to keep us rolling, man. Y'all want to, keep rocking with us, man. Just like, subscribe, and definitely drop some more questions in there, so we can keep going. Like, we here as long as y'all here. So just drop some more questions and we can keep rolling.
Facts.
AJ, I gotta answer this message real quick. Can you go to the next one?
I got you.
I'll pull it up.
All right, bet. Shout out to Line. He said the niche is if you have kids, tell them you have kids. Okay, wait a minute. Tell them you got kids, but you want to treat all kids like yours, and
so you gotta read it out loud.
Sometimes I gotta slow down and do that shit to myself.
Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe that's what I need to do.
Right. Right. So you gonna get me back? I see what you did there. I do the names, you do the questions. Since you want to jump in, you got it. Shit. All right, but no, I think he was elaborating on the daycare thing. He was saying, like, explaining to them, like, you got kids, so our kids are important to you, and you will treat your kids like my kids, that type of thing. So good shit. Shout out to him. All right, Wade, we moving on. My guy Wade said, yeah, I missed the last, he talking about the conference. I missed the last one because of a big light issue I was handling. I was so torn when I didn't see 2026 when Hope CBN conference is back in 2027. Facts. And we definitely missed you. Wade, CBN GOAT right there. We definitely missed you there. Who else we got? Blood Plasma Clinic. We were talking about, he mentioned that one earlier. I tell you what, though, if you don't know how to take care of some floors, you got to watch yourself with some of these medical ones. You better make sure you understand how to do that. That was me. And then what else we got? Akeem, welcome back. Long time CBN family right there. Welcome back. I got to get in it with you, bro. I'm glad to see you still going. Appreciate you checking in. All right. What else we got? Rise 2724 for small to medium-sized companies. When it comes to attracting and keeping good employees, what perks or benefits keep people on board for loyal years? A bunch, but I'm gonna shut up and let you want to go.
Yeah. I feel like that's a loaded question, man. It's a big thing. You know your area, know your people. Ask them. That's one of the things we did when we were first rolling out our benefits. When we looked at it, we knew we couldn't do everything at the same time. We knew we couldn't do 401k, health insurance, and because we wanted to make sure we were offering benefits and PTO. So we was like, well, we got to pick, and we'll roll them out in tiers. And my business partner I was just like sitting here like trying to think, and he was like, bro, just ask them. And I was like, dang, I didn't even think about that. Something so simple. It's like, and so like we legit just sent a survey out to all of our employees and a resounding PTO. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? Because people, to be honest, a lot of people don't be caring about insurance like that.
Yeah.
Like, like they really don't. Like, you know, with my last job, I was there for 10 years and I think I went to the doctor one time. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I paid for insurance all of those years and I went once. Like, you know, 401k, most people, you know, it's a mistake in my opinion. Most people don't even contribute.
Yeah.
You know, but people do love having them days off and getting paid for it. So, you know, it's just one of them things where, like, you know, when we asked our people, like, it was very obvious that was one of the things that they wanted. And then treat your people well, man. Like, you done work the job, like you done, you know, been in school, like, you know, you done been on a sports team or something where, you know, people ain't treat people right. So, like, you know, just don't do that. Like, like, don't be a jerk. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you know, hey, just as far as wisdom, you know, not to take it the spiritual route, man, but and read Proverbs. It legit tells you like how to run business, how to treat people, how to do good business, how to manage good relationships. Just read one of those a day. Like and I've been in the church my whole life, but I learned this at a business conference when this dude, he was like, I'm not, you know, a super spiritual dude. He was like, but the best piece of business advice that I was ever given, and he said, I've been doing it for 30 plus years. He said, I just read one book of Proverbs every day. Like, and so, like, you know, that'll reveal some things to you there as well. So,
hey, that was a good one too, Tone. I ain't done that in so long. I used to do that as a teenager, actually. Proverbs, that's my favorite book in the Bible. And yeah, I got to get back to that. That's good shit.
hey, bro, it's 31 books.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But, and then, all right, bam. So I'm going to give you my, so I got 3 when it comes to this. It's pay well. And well, I ain't saying overpay, but pay better than most of the stuff that these people qualify for. Pay well. Treat your people with respect, just like Tom was saying. Treat them how you want to be treated and give them freedom. Don't micromanage. Like, if you know that you got from 5 p.m. today till 8 in the morning tomorrow morning before them people come back in there, get them a window. But don't be like, hey, you need to be in at 5:30 and out by 6:30. Don't do that. Relax. Give them people some freedom, bro. Like, stuff happens. They pick this type of work because it's supposed to be lenient. You know what I mean? Give them people some freedom and let them work. Now, I would prefer you be out there at least by 11, 12, if you can, depending on the building. But I prefer you be out there early just in case I decide I want to go pop in and inspect. But I'm not going to demand you be out of there, within this time frame. Like, Like, I'm going to give you a frame, but I ain't going to be like, be there from there to there type shit. Like, relax. So definitely give them that and do everything Tony just said. And then I got one more too. Shout out to Wade. And I can never remember if I said this first or he said it first, but I remember when he said it to me in the interview and Tony just said it again, which was ask them what they want. You never know why somebody, like I had one guy, he was one of my best cleaners. And he told me his goal in the interview was simply to get his car fixed. He had his old school he was working on. He wanted to pick up some extra money to fix that car. He literally stayed with me for the 4 months like he said he was. Got enough money to fix that car. He left. And I just knew for sure, like, damn, ain't nothing I can do to keep it. He hit his goal. But at least we was on the same page. I knew exactly what he wanted. I paid him exactly what he needed to get. And then we was cool. You know what I mean? So just figure out what they want. Ask them.
Yep.
All right, what else we got? Maurice Linton says, I made the mistake of buying a Jampro franchise. Me too. Making a friend. I ain't gonna say it's a mistake because I definitely learned and grew from it. But I made the mistake of buying a Jampro franchise after I bought it, and I saw a video with AJ 2 years ago. But now I'm rebranding and stepping in the medical cleaning industry. Any advice for the medical field? I'm gonna be quiet. You want to get on this?
Like as far as like the rebranding, like, you know, for what? Like, you know, do they have to?
Because of the franchise. Yeah, because
okay, yeah, I was gonna say I don't know how that works. Rebranding, step in the medical cleaning industry, any advice? And just with anything, just learn, man. Like, just learn what they need, you know, learn how to speak their language, you know, and understand the do's and the don'ts of their industry. Like, you know, definitely gotta make sure that, that you're drilling safety and stuff like that into your team, because like simple stuff. Like, I know this sounds super simple, and I know probably 90% of y'all do it yourselves. Like, we don't put our hands in the trash can, like, for no reason. Like, in a medical facility, that could literally be a life or death thing. Cause now you done touch something that you don't need to touch, and now you done got an infectious disease and stuff like that. But like, that's common cleaning. That's anywhere. We don't put our hands inside of trash cans. Like, but having that drilled into your team before you step into a medical facility, because it happens at work, then that's a workers' comp claim.
Yeah.
And now that's on you. You know what I'm saying? Just different things, and just understanding that, like, in cleaning in medical facilities, consistency is key. Like, that's a big thing. If anybody gonna call you out for being inconsistent, it's gonna be in a medical facility. Like, such and such little small office, not a big deal. You left a Coke mark on the desk or whatever. Like, they might let it go the first or second time. But if you forget to clean the bathroom or wipe a lab counter or something like that down, they letting you know. Like, right from the jump. Which for me, that's cool, because now we get to address it. But a month in, 2 months, 3 months in, if I'm still hearing that, then now I got to go talk to that team, because it's like, all right, maybe we got to, we got to move a different direction.
Yeah. Only thing I would add to that is learning their language, pretty much, and learning what's important to them. HIPAA laws, bloodborne pathogens, get that training. Yeah, floor care, a lot of floor care. Excuse me, a lot of floor care, and God damn it, a lot of floor care. I kept putting the L in the care, but floor care in the medical industry. Now, the good thing though, a lot of people are updating their floors. We're seeing less and less VCT, so that's good. But still, just make sure you can do floors, because that's typically what you're gonna find in a lot of medical. All right, what else we got? Disinfectant, know your dwell times, all that good stuff. All right, Akeem said it's been a journey. I find that people don't generally value cleaning. I still get business, but I feel like everything is low baller in this field. How do you all feel? I don't feel that way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I gotta disagree.
Yeah.
As far as how I feel, your experience may be something different, but in my experience is how we proposition our value, how we present our value to the client and stuff like that. And then to everybody has a different take on what lowballing is.
Yes.
Like, AJ and I have talked about this, so many different times. Like, your version of lowballing might be market fair. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just understanding why you have that perspective is a good thing as well. But if I go in and they're just looking at price or something like that, then it's honestly not even really an opportunity like that we're gonna pursue. So like, I'm not finna get lowballed. Like, I'm not feeling it, because like, if I understand that that's the driving factor of why they want to do business with someone, then I understand before I even waste my time and put a proposal together that they're probably somebody that I don't even want to work with. So I don't feel the whole lowballing thing. But a lot of times people feel like bigger companies and stuff like that lowballing. But like, we've talked about this, 100 times. Like, sometimes it's just efficiency. Like, they're more efficient. So you might be saying you can do this account in 4 hours, and then they're doing it in 2 hours. Like, so automatically, even if y'all charging the same charge rate, their bid is automatically half of your bid, like right from the jump. So it's not that they're lowballing, it's they're more efficient. They're able to get in and out of there quicker than you are. And so that's something that I definitely, I haven't felt the people don't value cleaning, because most of the walkthroughs and stuff that I go on, like for a lot of businesses, cleaning is like their biggest like expense. Like, a lot of times in these businesses, like, cleaning is a huge expense for them, like the janitorial contract, especially when you get into some of these bigger facilities, this is like we're like their biggest vendor. So, you know, I would encourage you to seek ways to change your outlook on that.
1,000%, 1,000%. We touched on it earlier. Like, know your numbers. That's what I think. I think a lot of every time when I've talked to people and we unpack that more, when people think it's low balling or underbidding, it's typically you going off of what you feel. And he said it in the sentence too. You going off of what you feel versus what the numbers are. And so we just got to get very, very clear on what our numbers are, what our profit margins need to be in order for our company to run. So, and big point, by the way, I got to rehammer that home in case somebody missed that shit when you just said it. The efficiency. If you ain't got the right tools, I mean, if you ain't got the right tools, then that might not, it might not work for you. All right, what else we got? Crowded Bull. Let's see. I know I was going there since you told me go, but I said let me slow down. Did you want to jump back in? My bad.
Okay, go ahead and you read the name. I'll read the words.
Let's get back to it. All right, shout out to Crowded Bull.
With a franchise, can you save money with your own insurance?
That's AJ.
Yes.
100%.
I don't know anything about that one.
Yes. So that was, I actually put that in my book too. If you look, I got an old ass book been on Amazon lots of years now. I can't believe I'm this old. But anyway, so it's called Is It a Scam? The Truth is random, but it's I've been looking at shit anyway. Is It a Scam? The Truth About Commercial Cleaning Franchises. It's on Amazon. It's been on there for a very long time. It's an ebook only though. But yes. So that's one of the codes that I cracked a while ago. And the reason why, just in case you want to know specifically how, because I always like to know, I know from front to back. The reason why is because with a franchise, and actually, you know what? Let me make sure I answer that completely correct. Yes, eventually. No, initially. Because when you first get in, you're probably not going to get a huge contract. And so the percentage, so the way that they take your franchise, your insurance with a franchise is based on a percentage of your growth. So the more you make, the more they're going to take. Meanwhile, they paying a monthly premium on the back end that stays consistent. So they're getting so much more extra revenue off of you. And the whole time, if you just go get your own, you can just have that same set monthly payment like they had. So I went from paying thousands a month to $79 a month when I left them. So absolutely you can. But it just depends on where you at in revenue though. All right, MP 215.
Philly Fresh Cleaning Services checking in.
Got you. All right, but what else we got? You might got me here. Ken's Home. Shout out to Ken's Home. All right, what we got?
Hey, bro, I'm working right now, and today's my daughter's birthday, so I'm gonna watch this later, but just sending y'all good vibes, and thank you for all the game you give to us. I'm really looking forward to connecting.
Shout out to you. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the replay. Shout out, matter of fact, anybody rewatching this later on, drop replay in the comments. Appreciate y'all checking in.
So when am I supposed to remind you to check in on getting us all together?
Oh, by Monday.
Next week?
No later than
by
Monday.
All right.
You made me think of another inside joke. I'm gonna chill. All right, Wichita Pro, my guy Billy, what you got?
Tony, how much did SEO play a role with your business, with you and Tyler, and you would recommend adding it in after 5 p.m. IPA?
Before you go in, shout out to Taylor, my guy. I meant to say that earlier when you was mentioning your business partner. That's my dog right there.
Shout out to Taylor. He's
One
good people.
Boy.
And super smart.
Yeah. Yes.
To be honest, like, depends on where you're at in the business. Like, if it's something that you want to learn and want to jump into doing for yourself, it's definitely after hours type vibe. You don't want to be trying to do that in the middle of your day while you're doing IPAs. Like Taylor, legit, he would do minimum 10 hours a week. You know, he has a full-time job, so Mondays was his day in the business, and for months, his entire Monday was straight learning SEO. Like he watched all the videos. Like, man, we tried so many different things until he was like, bro, I got it. Like, but it took months, and he's still, working and getting better at it. Like he's working with a lot bigger companies now, than we were ever able to get. But he's working with some whales that like, and he's still producing at a really high level. So it took time though. So if it's something you want to do, you got a lot of your cleaning stuff down, like, and business stuff down, then maybe, you switch your content over to more SEO stuff and just understand that it's changing constantly. AEO is the thing, like, with your AI and stuff like that. Like that kind of stuff is a thing, like, cause how you get pulled up on Chat GPT and the different AI agents are able to find you and stuff. So, SEO, is going to be something, probably of the past, like soon. So my thing is, and my thought, just how my mind works, is I pay to get it covered. Like to keep it 100. Like, if you got it in the budget, man, I'll find someone, vet someone well, and I would pay somebody else to do it. I personally wouldn't spend time on it unless it's just really on your heart and you feel like it's that critical to your business. It helped us exponentially. Like, we were able to get some really good contracts, coming in off of SEO, especially at a time where, I wasn't in the best place to be able to do as much outbound as I had been doing before. That inbound, kept our business alive and growing and stuff like that. So, it definitely helps. It's definitely an after hours vibe if you're gonna do it yourself. That's when you can't sleep at night. Go ahead and learn about it, play with it, do all that kind of stuff. But don't let it creep into your open for business, like when people are swinging doors and stuff like that. Like, don't let that creep into that time.
Yeah, it's not an IPA.
Not an IPA. It can, it eventually will be an IPA, but it's not something that you need to be actively doing, because once you get it set and it's rolling, like your phone gonna start ringing. So
Cruded Bull, what we got?
We did that one.
Oh, crowded, my bad. Okay, my bad. What we got here?
Yeah.
Okay. Immaculate 101.
I'm stuck on starting the business, having to wait for the LLC to be approved. And then I get to fill out the forms to try and get the money to begin the business. So that is very much stagnating me. She's trying to be by the book like me.
Well,
which you should be.
Well, I would just say, like, what you waiting on money for? Like, my thing is filling out the forms to get the money, because like, it say waiting the forms to get to money to bend the business, and that is very much stagnating me. To be honest, and just to keep it like 100, like with you, it sounds like you done kind of made this imaginary barrier in front of you and doing the work to get your business going. Just remove it. Just move it out the way. You don't need any forms or nothing like that to start your business. Like, you honestly, to keep it 100, you didn't really even need your LLC to start your business. You could have just started, like, but doing it the right way, the smart thing to do was to go ahead and get your LLC. But if you haven't even started your LLC and you're talking about funding, don't know what your positioning is, but unless like you've done this before or have like, grand planned and a team loaded, or you about to buy a business or something like that, like, I don't think funding is a good idea, like right when you're getting ready to start. Now, if you coming in and you with an investment group and y'all already got the game plan and y'all done did this before and stuff like that, and hey, $100,000, $200,000, $250,000 is going to set us up where we can blow this thing up to $5 million in the next year, like, go ahead, wait for the money to come in and do your thing. But if you're just starting out and you're just getting started, like, one of the things that AJ preaches is how to start a cleaning business. So I'm just going to assume that you haven't done this before. So like my thing is go ahead, get your LLC started, and then just start. Like you don't even got to print no papers or nothing like that, no flyers. Just start telling people about your business. Just start talking to people. Text everybody in your phone and let them know, hey, I'm on a new venture. Immaculate cleaning, like whatever it may be, like, and these are I'm trying to just figure out what I like, or if you already know what kind of businesses you want to serve, even the building of the business part, man. AJ gives you step by step, literally, like, so if you haven't already, I think AJ dropped the link in here somewhere, man. Just join CBN, like start there. Like, I'm not finna push 1010 on you or nothing like that, but just start, like go through the modules, and like I said at the beginning of this, I literally started my business by executing module by module, like no joke, like literally. I did it all pretty much in like a course of a night. I sat in my garage, I had my laptop set up, and I was just like, man, I had brought the course or whatever, because I was stalling on buying it for a while, and then I was just like, because I'm the type of person, I'm like, man, I can just figure all this stuff out myself, like, I can just figure this stuff out. And so after watching it for as long as I did, I'm like, man, I trust, bro. Like, let me shop with him. Like, let me go ahead and then when I got into the module, I'm like, oh snap, like this is legit step by step. And I literally did it. I was about to pay whatever that company was, I can't remember their name. I'm about to pay them like $800 to set up my LLC and all that stuff like that. Like after I watched his, it legit took me 5 minutes and only cost me like $135 to set up my own LLC. And now, like thinking back on it, it's like, bro, people be paying other people to do that. Like that's a lick. Like that's a lick. That's a legit lick. So my thing is man, join the community. Because one, you join the community, you get the starter course. That's showing you step by step how to start your business and build it like from zero. And then after that comes the community, which helps you navigate, as you start walking. They help you navigate while you crawling to start walking, and then to start running. And then you upgrade to the 1010 course or the automations course or something like that. But like the play is already written, you just got to run it. Like
everything he just said. Everything Tony just said. I'm over here like it's gospel. You think I was in church or where I was co-signing over there? All right, preach. I guess I'm gonna move because I don't want to beat the dead. Actually, hold on, let me see. Make sure. Was it something that I really want? Okay, but I did want to say this part. And be clear too. I never act like I don't get on here and I'm about to undo everything Tony just did. My bad, because he did it perfect, and I'm about to fuck it up. But I just like to make sure I'm clear. Don't ever think that I'm on here trying to tell you the only way to heaven is through Jesus Christ, and CBN is Jesus. I'm not trying to tell you that. All I'm saying is it would help. It'll speed you up. We literally got all the answers that you're looking for. Just fuck with me. I can say it straight. Just fuck with me, bro. I got you. And then two, something is very important that Tony just said too was he the type of person, and I had to understand this too as a teacher and learning people's learning styles. He's the type of person like me where show me what to do. Point me to the Rick Ross said, point me to the money. You ain't got to hold my hand, just point me to the money. I'm gonna go get it from there. But everybody ain't like that. Sometimes they don't need you to just point. It's like, all right, well, okay. And then after I get over here, then what? Okay, can you walk with me and show me the, you know what I mean? So that's what 1010 is for. You feel what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with it. We are who we are, right? So it's like, all right, bam. So if you that type of person, 1010 is for you. But if you the type of person where it's like, just get it to me, I got it from here, just join CBN regular, basic membership. All right. So, but everything Tony said though, but I wanted to also chime in on that part. Wichita Pro, shout out to you. What do you say? You got it.
It says you on fire, bro. You got me with that proverb move. I'm on it.
Fact. Shout out to Tone.
Yeah, that was good advice when he gave that to us. Like I took that advice too, and it was life-changing.
My bad, I forgot I'm doing the names. I went to Instagram to go check on them. Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang says
I love the picture.
What do you got? Oh, she.
I'm in the Atlanta area. I'm currently charging at higher price because I'm seeing how must self RA companies pay pennies. I'm paying anywhere between 45 and 50 of the pay.
Okay. So I gotta read it again. Let me see. I'm in the Atlanta area. I'm currently charging a higher price because I'm seeing how I must RA cleaning companies pay penny.
Let me see if they
What?
clarified.
I think they were saying most self-ran cleaning companies.
Okay, most of what? Oh, gotcha. Most self-ran, gotcha. Cleaning
YouTube is so touchy. I always enter like a half a message in too. I'm like, what?
Yeah, and people be trying to be fast because, like, I don't want y'all to not miss my. I mean, you don't want to miss the question, but yeah, self-ran companies, I'm paying anywhere from 45 to 50 of the pay. Oh, you talking about percentage? Yes. As a matter of fact, I pay more than that. 50 is the minimum. You should definitely pay more. They're the ones doing the work, paying well. And if you look at the industry standard, like I told y'all, 30%, that's industry standard. So absolutely pay your people very well. And then you said you're charging higher. We talked about that earlier. I don't
gotta hit on it again.
All right, MP 215, what we got?
How much would I need to start if I went the automated route?
Through us, it's $2,000. Go to cleanbizuniversity.com/automation. And yeah, it's $2,000 to get in that program. Hopefully that answered the question. If you want me to elaborate, put it in there. I got you.
But there's also, you can get like Afterpay or something, so you can get set up on payment plans if you don't have the full amount to set up right away.
Fact. Yassine, I believe that is. I'm a roll with it. Yassine MP4 says,
for residential, any way to handle customers blaming us for things, breaking, or any process that's a business feature ATP.
That sounds like that one for you.
There's a lot to unpack there. Is there any way to handle it? Well, for us, we have a service agreement. Before we even step into your house, there's clauses in our service agreement that touch base on things like this, because you wouldn't believe people will have a picture frame hanging up with a thumbtack and you go to dust it and it shatters, and now it's your fault that they had it hanging up ghetto. They should have told you. It happens all the time. How do you handle that? For me, I just go on and take the loss. If it's something small, pay for it out of pocket. Don't file through insurance because it's going to save you a hassle, save you a headache. You don't want no insurance claim for something small like that. They raise your premiums. And you don't want them to go online and be like, Angelica was in the house today and her team trashed my place, because that's going to be detrimental. So that's how we handle things. We try to apologize and pay for it. Let's pay for it and move forward. All right, I'm going to roll to the next one.
Yep.
That's for you, AJ.
Okay, my bad. I'm going to take a picture of this testimonial I just saw on Instagram right quick. Hold on. All right, what they talking about? Let me see. Oh, crowded board. What do you got? Appreciate that, AJ. That's exactly what I figured. Thank you. Appreciate that. What else we got?
All right. From IG, do you guys pay travel time for employees and track it, or you just pay an extra hour or some of the day for travel time?
It depends. Like there's quite a few different ways you can handle that for quite a few different reasons. Because like if you're paying them travel time, they're technically on the clock. And they get in a car wreck or anything like that in between that could potentially be a workers' comp claim. Now if you don't have specific times that they need to be in and out of accounts, hey, we paying you this much for this account, this much for that account. Hey, this the earliest you can start, this the latest you can be to finish. And it's really kind of up to them to do it, because like sometimes you can't control what people do. Like, so if you're paying for them that time and they done went and stopped at Wawa and chilled and got gas and did all this stuff, and you still got them on the clock, or in between accounts they had to go cross town, to get such and such, and you paying them mileage for that. Like, the ones that we did pay mileage for, we had the mileage, pretty much tracked, like from one spot to the next. All right, hey, from this spot to this spot, it's 6 miles. So if you sending me something that say like 10 miles, then like, red flag. Like, why is it 10 miles? And then if you're gonna pay mileage, that needs to be included in your contract. You don't have to say that in your contract, but you need to make sure that that price is in there, because that'll be one of those things that creep up on you, and it might be an extra $50 a month. You know what I'm saying? But that needs to be accounted for. So it's just up to you how you do it. That's one of them things that I would honestly really, if you're at that phase and at that stage, I would get with your accountant to help you make the best decision on that.
And the only thing I would add to that is check your state laws, because they might have regulation on that too.
At Rise 2724, when hiring a manager for commercial cleaning company, what type of work can they perform?
You hiring them. So like like I'm not saying that like as like a jerk, but like you're the one hiring them, so you can decide. Like I think there sometimes people get it confused. Manager, supervisor, director. Yeah, those are 3 very different roles. So a manager manages. So they manage the relationship, they manage the account, they manage the employees, like they manage the processes. Like in my opinion, managers manage, but in a lot of ways that, a manager should be, not above jumping in if they got to. But now a supervisor, where especially if you're a smaller company, might be more in line with what you actually need. Someone that, is going to be with the team or part of the team, making sure that the work is getting done. And they're not necessarily like managing, they're supervising, because they're working too, But I feel like a manager, they're probably going to have a little more administrative tasks to do than a supervisor would. You're going to have to pay them a little bit more than you would a supervisor. They're going to have to think a little bit more than a supervisor would have to. So take that kind of stuff into consideration, and somebody that you can trust, like that you're not going to have to hold their hand all the time. So as far as a manager, like I don't know, like what kind of work can they perform? Managing the payroll of the people that they're in charge of. Like, if they're subcontractor, managing job verification and that type of stuff, like all those type of things. So just making sure that the manager actually has something to manage instead of supervising, because you don't want to. A big thing, especially in our industry, is title inflation. So you don't want to call somebody a manager when they're just a supervisor, because then they trying to stand there and manage, and forget that they need to be working too. So
It's an interesting perspective. I never heard that one before. He said title inflation. That's interesting. I'm considering that one. What I would add to that too is he said, all right, bam. So I would say figure out what you don't want to do. What are you doing when you manage it? Get them to do the thing that you're doing. Like get capitalism, bro. Just capitalism. Whatever you don't want to do, get somebody else to do it. Simple as that. Put some systems in place, make sure there's enough profit in there where you can still make money. They make reasonable amount of money. You can service the customer at a reasonable price. Everybody's happy. Just get them to do what you don't want to do. Shout out to Akeem. What we got?
Charging. I have a CFA account, and Jan Pro came in and quoted literally half of what we were charging to do the same plus more.
So that goes back. So we touched on that earlier. That goes back to what Tony was saying earlier about efficiency. A lot of times now, one, let's be clear, franchises do be fucking up. So I'm not going to discount that point. But a lot of times too, they got a budget that you don't have, and a lot of times they got the tools that you don't have, the equipment, and they can do these things more efficiently. I had a Chick-fil-A through Jan Pro before. I didn't keep it because I realized that ain't one of my thing. Anything that when you got to start bringing these machines and shit in, I'm good. Keep my carpet, keep me. But they were able to do that at that price because they had those machines. You got to have the tools. So we would have to look at it and see. But I won't argue again. We got to be particular. We got to be careful when we like lowballing, because a lot of times you don't know how fast they're able to do it, and it really just come down to that time. Akeem again, what we got?
Just one example, but that happened a lot. I don't think they have better execution, LOL. That's just lowballing to me, and that's just what goes on here in Atlanta.
My thing is, man, we look at our scope of works, and unless you have their contract, seeing what their scope of works is and what your scope of works is, like one of the big things, especially when you're starting out, and especially when it's your name and your face on the business, like AJ and I talked about this during the CBN boot camp. Like, contract cleaning is different. Like, it's not like you cleaning your house and as I'm not saying cut corners, but like contract cleaning is like, what's the ultimate result? They want a clean bathroom, they want their trash gone, they want this and they want that. Now we ain't finna go in there and half step, but we also ain't in there deep cleaning every time we there. Like, it's in the scope that we only deep clean once a month. So I'm not finna dust every computer. I'm not finna doggone scrub the doggone walls and the partitions in the bathroom. No, on my regular visits, I'm wiping that desk down. I'm sweeping the floor real quick. I'm hitting the toilets real good and urinals, and I'm sweeping and mopping the floors, and I'm out of there. Like, now once a month, I'm gonna do my deep clean. I'm gonna wipe the partitions down. I'm gonna make sure I get the edges, the detailed vacuuming that I need to do, making sure I get all the way around the edges. But we try to go in there, especially because it's our business and it's our name on it. We go in there and we try to do that stuff every single time. And yeah, the client might be like, "Oh my gosh, it's amazing in here," but you're doggone running your pockets because you done set the wrong expectation for what contract cleaning actually is. We clean to the contract, exactly what it says that we do. If it says spot mop, we spot mop. Like we not mopping this whole building, even though it's like, hey man, we pride ourselves on cleaning the whole building every time. Okay, when somebody else comes in and looks at that same exact scope you got and goes half of your price, and you out of that contract. Like this guy told me at BSA one time, he said, "Tony, I done kept dirty buildings and I done lost clean ones, and I was okay with both."
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? You can have that building spotless every time they come in, and there's other people that can't execute, as far as the delivery. But when you look at the scope versus what you're actually doing, a lot of times we're out of alignment because we're trying to always put our best foot forward. You put your best foot forward all the time. Like, we never ever slack on what we said we're going to do, but we don't come in there and doggone, over execute, the contract every time we're going, because what happens when you start to hire a team and they not cleaning the way you clean it? Oh, just the quality is just fell off and it's just not the same. Can you come back? Yeah, AJ, I know you done had some of those. Angelica, I know you done had some of those. We liked it better when you were cleaning.
Yeah.
Well, being that I'm the owner, you know, the owner of this business isn't in here serving every client either. So you know what I'm saying? You just gotta, you know, set an accurate expectation for not only yourself but also the customer.
Facts. What we got here from IG? This was the one. My bad.
Kayla Marie said, "Oh my God, I found him again. Thank goodness." I'm assuming she's talking about you.
Oh, I pasted the wrong one. My bad. Ma'am, she said something else. It was this one right here. There we go. Shout out to her.
I don't have control of this side, you guys.
My bad. That was me. I'm fucking up. So that's the IG part. So, but no, she was saying this. This is the one right here. So we put that one on there. Yes, I got the starter kit and everything I needed was in that course along with the app. Thank you. I be needing that confirmation because y'all know how I am. I just fuck it then. Y'all don't like me? Shut it off. So the more y'all keep reminding me I'm doing good, I'm gonna keep on doing it then.
Okay, I gotta find where we're at. Here we go.
Right, me too.
All right, Yassine, do you use Meta ads for commercial? We got some property managers from there, and I'm curious if more commercial avatars are reachable there. Thank you for the value you drop in.
Not to me. I don't know. Somebody got a different perspective. I'll go first. I know Tone got you and Taylor might have. I don't know what y'all. But for me, no. And the reason why I say that too is when you think of Meta, right? So you talking Instagram and Facebook or Threads, but anybody right now has on Threads yet. But what are you going there for? Like, yes, they own that. We all own that, but we ain't on that for this. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't promote in places where people ain't trying to be promoted to for this. Now, it's certain things you can promote that on, but I don't, for commercial cleaning, I wouldn't do that. Now, residential, absolutely. You could get away with that because that's personal. But when you're doing B2C versus B2B, that Meta ain't that for me in my experience.
Man, just think of the word marketing. So like your market is to your market. So you just got to find out where your people are and go there. If the businesses that you want to service and work with and stuff like that, if they're on Meta, go for it. But if they're not and you're spending money on Meta ads and stuff like that, then it's not even really considered marketing. It's just a ad dump, you know, a money pit pretty much. So like AJ said, like in most of our experiences, you know, you don't get a lot of commercial traction from like Meta, like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Like you don't get a lot of commercial traction from that. Most of the time, like when people are going to just think of yourself, like when you're looking for somebody to do a service or anything like that, when you're looking for a carpet cleaner or stuff, something like that, a lot of times, you know, you're just gonna go on Google. And so my money is on Google when it comes to that type of stuff. But that's just personal experience. Like it can be different for other people, but just personal experience for us. Definitely Google is king when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I agree 1,000%. And just to add even more on that is because when you go to Google, what are you doing? You're looking for something, right? So that's why I think Google is tailor-made for this because it's like, all right, they're looking for something. So now Google gonna put you dead in front of the people that's looking for it. Versus Facebook, you chilling. Why the hell you interrupting their chilling time? So yeah. Did we get that one? We got that one? Okay,
yep, we just went from that one.
I'm gonna move.
At Rise 2724 said that makes sense, especially with title inflation and the not working part. Appreciate you guys. Yassine said, bro said capitalism. Hell yeah.
Society we live in.
Right. It's like, I listen, I'm not co-signing or disagreeing. I'm just listening what they say. You just know the rules of the game. I don't hate to play, hate the game. Look, I don't know. I just know what it is, and I'm gonna win whatever the hell however they put it.
Yassine said, wasn't familiar with your game, Tony. Straight game. Just gave you a follow. Was nice watching this, guys. Y'all have a good one.
Appreciate you checking in.
Well, that might be about a wrap.
That was it.
I think we
That's
made
all
it.
I got over here.
We got anybody else on the other ones?
Let me check IG. Let me see. Nope, we good on that. We got that one. Did we get the one with it? Yeah, we got that one. Yeah, we good.
Bet. All right, y'all want to wrap this thing up?
Let's go and do it. I'm gonna hop up out of here. Get ready for these kids. Thank y'all so much for coming on. We had fun today. Goddamn, 2 hours is crazy. I really was having fun. I'm glad y'all had fun with me. I thought y'all would have kicked me off. I can try. I kept myself under composure for the most part, right? For the most part. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. For the most part, I remember that one part I went left. I did go left, but thinking about it, damn, we gotta find a way to edit the live. Shout out to everybody for checking in with us, tapping with us. Thank y'all for watching, subscribe, like, share, and comment. Definitely go rock with Tone. Somebody, whoever just said that, Yassine, he was like, he wasn't familiar with the game. I'll tell you, you're gonna learn today. I keep good people around me now. That boy, he knows something. You know, the moment I met him, I didn't even know he was in. Here I go. Fuck it, here we go. But I didn't even know he was in CBN. Right. I didn't know he was in CBN, bro. I met him at shout out to Ricky at Cleaning and Cocktails, Verse Cleaning Cocktails. And they had like a intro thing at the hotel, like in a little lobby part of the bar. And I'm just, mingling, trying to find my way because I ain't know nobody. And I felt like I don't know. I moved by myself, right? So, and then Yacht was there, but he was in the room. So I'm just moving around trying to like find a way to fit in, but I don't know where to start because I knew nobody. And I'm just moving. I said, well, naturally I gravitated to a black person that was in there that looked similar to me. So I saw him over there and I went to go talk to him. And then as I'm talking to him, and he telling me how much he doing, because I always ask, and in this industry, that's a good thing I love about this industry. You can ask. We are open people. And we will ask, well, how much you doing? You know what I mean? And he told me what he was doing. And then he was like, and I started telling him, and I started talking. He was like, yeah, I'm in CBN. And I was like, you in CBN? No, I mean, he started because he didn't say nothing in the group. He just was like he said, like he'll go through the modules and just do it. He ain't finna talk a whole lot. He ain't finna. No, I mean, so we got to just build it from there, bro. So shout out to Tone, man, because ever since I met him, he really knows stuff, and I figured that out organically. I didn't even know, you know what I mean? And we started building that relationship. So definitely shout out to Tone. My bad, I got sidetracked, and now people ask more questions.
I had a similar experience with him too when I met him. It was like I was feeling the same way. I needed to step out for a minute and just catch my breath. And we just connected. We had an hour conversation quickly, and it didn't even feel like it. But when I left, I was like, man, he's so damn smart. Well, Then the next morning I found out he was actually the speaker, and I had no clue who he was. I'm like, oh shit. It was a good time.
Facts.
Appreciate
you. Knock these out before we go. Yes, sir.
We talked about this last week, didn't we?
We did. I'm gonna say it straight this time. Apparently, we ain't said it straight enough, or she might have got busy. Is it okay? Yes, everything's okay. Should I suggest it? No. Because I still have that. We talked about this shit. All right. Yes, that initial 2000. Yes, after that. All right, bam. So after the initial 2000, so you get a year free to the CBN membership, all that good stuff. And then after that, you pay the $99 a month after that, starting a year after. And then lastly, AJ, how much for one-on-one coaching? 1010program.com. Go check it out. Book a discovery call with us. I think right now, if y'all want me to just say it straight, I say it straight. I think it's like $1,000 up front and then $350 a month right now. 1010 program. I think, can I just paste this shit? Did I copy and paste it? I don't feel like typing.
Damn, I was doing the same thing. You're over moderating me today, AJ.
My bad. I'm moving fast. So I told y'all I was on one today. So I move fast as a bitch when I'm on one. My bad. That was slow though. All right, y'all. I'm AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Biz Network. Thank y'all so much for checking in, vibing with us, all that good stuff. Follow me. Hold on. Take them off so they can see us. There we go. Follow me on all these platforms where you can find that name at right there. It's AJ Simmons Online if you're listening, because I know sometimes y'all driving or cleaning something, you can't look at the screen. It's at AJ Simmons Online. Look at the YouTube channel. Y'all are already here. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. It's nothing. I promise you, ain't nowhere else. I haven't found it where you can go and get it like this. Actually, it's one other person I see somebody that do it the way I do it. And Chad Aristotle. That's the closest I've seen. But I've been doing this shit for a very long time. And I ain't seen nobody doing it like this yet over here, to be honest with you. We're going to talk to you straight. We know what the hell we talking about. And if you good with the ratchetness here or there, you be all right. Thank y'all so much.
And I'm Tony Williams. You can find me on all platforms at Tony Williams Official, TonyWilliamsOfficial.com. And I am one of your 1010 coaches, CBN veteran, man, just here to help the way I can, man. But as I transition, I want to help you transition. So definitely hop on my YouTube. That's probably where I'm going to be most active at. Not really on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, none of that. Shoot me an email, jump on YouTube, join 1010, if you want to have access to me. So I'm always here to help, however I can. And hey, it's been a good, fun Friday, man. Happy Juneteenth, y'all.
Thanks, you guys. I'm Angelica. I'm your partial moderator for today, CBN Vet, and you could find me. You could find me under my name on all platforms. I'm just here to assist these gentlemen, and God blessed me to put me in the same room with them, and now they're family. So I look forward to meeting you guys too, and hopefully we can connect at the next event that I'm going to remind AJ to get on Monday. Y'all have a good weekend.
Headed to the top, ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, on property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. Don't flash it for. I'm on my grind, not no motherfucking fashion show.
What's up, y'all? I'm AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Biz Network, and the reason why I started the 1010 program is because I get it. Starting a business can be scary, it can be risky, and you don't know what to do. You know what I mean? So with the 1010 program, I decided, you know what? Let's guarantee you success. Let's put you together with a one-on-one mentor. Let's give you unlimited leads, and let's guarantee you that you can get to at least 10 grand a month in contracts. So whether you're already in business or whether you haven't even got started yet, the 1010 program can work for you and assure you that you will grow at least by $10,000 per month in recurring commercial cleaning contracts. So if this sounds like something that you want to do, click that button below and go ahead and book a call with me. And listen, this is not like a franchise opportunity. These will be your accounts that you actually own, not some franchise middlemaning you. This is actually a guarantee. These will be your actual contracts. This will be your actual business, okay? So click the button below and schedule your call, and let's see if we're a right fit for each other.